Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another planty video. So in today's video I am going to be converting a new plant that I bought yesterday from soil into lechuza pon. Now this will work for things like leca as well. This is sort of a video about converting a plant from soil to a semi-hydro setup. So it doesn't really matter what substrate you want to use. You can use pon, leca. I have seen like this black sort of mineral rock that they use overseas quite a lot. You can use perlite, anything like that. Today I'm going to be using pon, which looks a bit like that. And I'm going to be converting my beautiful variegated peace lily. Let me grab it and I will show you. So this is her. She is looking absolutely beautiful. I did have one of these like years ago. I actually don't know why I got rid of it. I think it was when I was having Brody. I downsized my plant collection quite a bit. But now I'm at a place where I would love to have one of these back in my collection. Look how gorgeous it is. It is going to pop out a bloom, but I'm probably going to cut that off because I want it to focus on establishing its roots into pon rather than trying to produce a bloom. And I am allergic to pollen, so I cut them off anyway. It is in the really dense nursery soil mix, which is quite heavy in peat moss, which holds on to a lot of moisture, which is not a bad thing for peace lilies because peace lilies do like moisture, which is why I am deciding to put it into pon, but I just really don't like the substrate. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing in today's video. So for this you will obviously need your plant of choice. I am using this beautiful variegated peace lily. You will need your substrate of choice. Today I am using pon, which I really like using. You'll also need some sort of like mesh pot or pot with really good drainage and a cover pot to put the mesh pot into, and the cover pot will become your water reservoir. Okay, so what you want to do first is you want to remove your plant from the soil mix and get as much of it off the roots as you can. I'm going to go and do that now in my compost bin because I will compost the soil, and then I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, so this is what it is looking like now. I have removed as much of the soil by hand as possible. Now I'm going to go and rinse these roots thoroughly under sort of warm-ish water because we are in winter and I don't want to shock the plant completely. And I did actually remove this little pup here, which I'm going to plant into fern fibre. I just want to see how it grows in fern fibre. So yeah, I'm going to go and wash these roots and then I will come back and show you what they look like when they're clean. Okay, so I actually decided to bring you into my laundry. So I've got a bucket here filled with, it's not warm water, but when I put my hand in, it's not freezing cold. It's just lukewarm, I would say. And I'm just going to rinse off these roots really well in the water, making sure you get rid of as much dirt as possible. That is one really crucial step when converting plants from soil to semi-hydro, is to make sure that you remove as much of the dirt and soil as possible, because it just leads to the water going all gross in the cover pot, and it can also lead to a bit of rot as well. From my experience in converting plants from soil to semi-hydro is that you will get some root rot, and that is because obviously they are soil roots and they are converting into essentially water roots or semi-hydro roots. So yeah, you will lose some roots to rot. That is totally normal, don't stress out. It's best if you notice any rot to pull your plant out of the pon, cut all the rotten roots off, and then rinse the pon really well, and you can pot it back up. And you may even need to do that a few times over the plant's journey as it establishes into pon. The only plant I've really found that to be an issue with is my philodendron birkin that I transferred from soil to pon. It did lose a little bit of root to rot, but it's doing really well now, so yeah. I'm actually going to get if I have one, yep, I've got a little brush, little paintbrush here, and I'm just going to use it to clean the roots, the soil out of the roots that are really compact and close to the base of the plant. Okay, that is probably as clean as of what I'm going to get them, which is actually really good. I love spathiphyllum roots because they're so big and thick and chunky. I don't know if you can see, but a lot of the roots ends do have a bit of root rot, and that is from that hideous peat moss, but I've just been pulling them off as I've been rinsing the roots off. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and empty this water outside, and I will be back. I filled this back up with fresh clean water, and I'm going to add a mixture of Growth Technology Root Zone. I don't know how well you can see it. Root Zone, which is this, and the Growth Technology Clonex Clone Solution. So I'm going to be adding a small amount of this into this water, and then I'm actually going to put these plants in and let them soak for about an hour. This is a little plant hack to help reduce stress in the plants as well. This will give them some vital nutrients to help reduce that stress and transplant shock. If you don't have access to Growth Technology, you can use like a liquid seaweed. That works really well as well. But if you can get a hold of these, I would highly recommend. I will leave a link down below to where you can get these from. Obviously you can get them from my website because I absolutely love these two ingredients. So I'm just going to sit that in there and pop that one in there as well, like that, and I will come back in an hour's time and then we can pot them up. Okay, so it's been an hour and now I am going to pot up my peace lily. I've had to come inside because it is now raining as usual. So I've got my cover pot, my net pot and my pon. And basically all you do is you just pot it up like you would any other normal plant, like you're potting it in soil. So this is what it is looking like all potted up, and you really want to rinse pon really well, so I'm going to run it under the tap and rinse it all off before I put it into its cover pot. Just move the bucket out of the way. And again, I'm probably going to run it under semi-lukewarm water. So not only does that thoroughly rinse the pon, it also settles all the pon in and around the roots. And as you can see, that plant is pretty stable in there, considering I've just potted it up. Then what you want to do is you want to fill your cover pot at least 1/3 up the insert pot that you are using. So I'm going to pop this in here. The good thing about using pon is that it actually contains a slow release fertilizer, so I won't need to fertilize this plant for at least 6 months. So you've got 6 months of just relaxing and enjoying your brand new plant that is planted in pon. And then obviously once the slow release fertilizer runs out, you'll just feed these plants like you would your normal plants using a diluted fertilizer. So again, I use Growth Technology, either foliage focus or complete focus, and they are suitable for semi-hydro plants. So that is what I will use once this plant has used up its nutrients in pon. It is looking fantastic. I'm not actually sure where I'm going to put this plant yet, but I'm sure I will find the perfect little spot for it. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you have any plants in pon or leca, let me know what ones you've got planted in these substrates down below. I'd love to know how they are going, whether they are thriving or just chilling. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy planting content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!